Both.
You will die.
So that's my choice.
All right, well, good luck.
I don't like the way you said good luck. You didn't say it like a friend. You didn't say good luck, I love you. That's what I need to hear.
No. Yeah, gotta take it back. Take it all back.
Say it, Trayvon.
What?
Say
good luck on your death trip.
Yeah.
Good luck in North Korea. If you can get into North Korea before they
I will be in North Korea. Anyway, welcome everyone to a special episode of Much to Do About Something. This episode is called Rumor Mill. Why? Because we got some rumors to break down. Again, these are all rumors. You can take these with a grain of salt if you choose. Or if we tell you these are rumors that we strongly believe in, then you can choose to just believe in us. Just saying, you could. Anyway, let's start with and a lot of these rumors are coming from My Time to Shine Hello. Follow them over on Twitter. A lot of what's being speculated from My Time to Shine Hello has been pretty good. Pretty good. We tell you guys all the time let me not say we. I almost just lied. Joel likes to follow the batting averages of most of these scoopers. So again, if Joel at any point says it is a rumor that sounds like it has legs to it, trust me, Joel would not tell you that just to hype you. Joel does believe in some of that. Okay, so you never have to worry about us coming on here and going, it's all true. We don't do that. We vet. That's all I'm saying. But all right, so the first rumor is My Time to Shine Hello is saying some TV actors will be recast for the MCU. I assume that means from the remainder of Netflix. Because I don't think there's anyone on planet Earth that thought their Inhumans job was safe. I think they thought right after filming, we won't be back. I love you guys. I won't see you.
Complete recast if that happened. Yeah.
I mean,
maybe it's some runaways. Maybe it's some of them. Maybe it's some of that.
If they even get there.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean? Some of them staying or some of them being recast?
I don't know. I just want runaways.
Because to me, I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe you keep
Nico. Honestly, that's the main one.
Well, no, I just find it hard to believe you keep one and not the others. I mean, it was a good show. So I kind of feel like you either keep the recipe or you don't. I don't see them keeping just one of that.
Well, by the time the Runaways are relevant again, they'll be too old to be the Runaways.
Oh, right. Fair.
That is true.
Right. Even if it didn't take that long, like I said, I kind of just feel like if you want to take a clean break, you're allowed to take I'm not that invested in the actors that I'm like, well, they have to all come back. You can recast them all. I don't really care. They were great for what they did, but it was like no one left a lasting imprint on me like John Bernthal's Punisher. Like, you know what I'm saying? So where it's like, I don't want to go through another Punisher. Just give me John back. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like, I don't know, man. Since Luke Cage has ended, I kind of feel like Mike Coulter's stock has gone up. Anyone who's watched the show Evil, he is amazing.
Some of it.
Yeah, he is amazing in that show. But he doesn't really have anything else. I don't really know where his stock is as far as Feige being interested in bringing back any of that.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, good.
I'm pretty sure people get mad at me for it, but it's fine. Luke Cage, I liked it until Cottonmouth died. After that, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of lowered for me for some. It's just the quality.
Let me ask you, did you only like the show for Cottonmouth?
I have a problem with gravitating towards the villain, so that might be the issue here. Maybe I don't know, but it just didn't. I don't know. It's like he lost. It's just the show lost something, and it really did lose something. So I don't know. I fell off with the show after that. I've watched the rest of it, of course, just because it's all Defenders. If I go with something that's an ensemble, I'm gonna watch everything, but I might not like it. But I finish it.
Now, are you talking? Because if you're talking the rest of season 1. I'll agree with you. It just turned into Friday. I'll agree with you on that.
Yes.
But if you're talking about this series as a whole, season 2 got so much better. in my opinion, than season 1. I loved everything about season.
I need to go back and watch some of these shows because I don't remember season 2. To be honest.
No, that's fair. Like I said, if you're just talking season 1,
season 1 definitely.
Cottonmouth died. I was just like, am I watching Friday? Like, it legit seemed like Craig versus Debo at the end of Friday for that last battle, and I was just like, this is horrible.
Was the brother of what, right, or something,
right?
Whatever
Yeah, I'm like, this is horrible. I don't like any of this.
I made myself get through
sorry,
that.
man. I love you. I love you, Cheo, but I did not like that. But you rebounded well with season 2. What was the villain's name of season 2, Joel? Bushmaster. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Swimming in my head. That's fine. We just asked.
Yeah.
So Joel, what do you think this is referring to? The rest of the Netflix universe?
Yeah, it was very vague, but yeah, I would assume it's the same thing. Again, that's stuff we've heard before. Like, if they do bring back people, it'll bring back only some people, not everyone. Probably the more popular ones. Like, we obviously already got 2 back, so that's fucking cool. Never thought we'd get that. So the fact that we have a chance to get Kristen Ritter back, or even Mike Coulter, because I really enjoyed Mike Coulter as Luke Cage. Even Finn Jones. I enjoyed Finn Jones.
I did too.
Finn Jones, he saved himself with that season 2. That season 2, he was really.
He had an excuse for the first season about the fighting. People was up pissed off about the fighting in the first season. I was like, he filmed like 2 weeks after getting hired. Like,
I just didn't think season 1 was all that good, regardless if he had time. Like, if the fighting was better, I don't think it would have made the story more appealing to me.
I don't think it would have. I mean, it would have helped a little bit, but that's not my reason for disliking the first season. It wasn't the fighting. It could. I mean, it would have been a lot better if he had more time. But it is what it is. My issue wasn't Finn Jones, so I feel bad. But those are the core characters. Those are like main characters in the Netflix shows. And look, we don't know for sure if they're even safe. Like, it's possible that they come back, but I mean, we've heard rumors that Kristen Ritter would come back. We've heard rumors that John Bernthal would come back. Everyone else, we have not heard rumors. So it's like, give or take, hopefully, like more side characters like Foggy and them, Karen maybe. That'd be cool to see them back, but.
You think the Daredevil we got, well, Matt Murdock we got, and Kingpin, do you think, because they haven't like told us definitively that these are the same ones from the show, we assume that it's the same ones, and of course you got that thrill when you saw them and you saw him grab the brick, so he has the abilities, but it's just like, we don't know if they're like the same ones or they actually are rebooted. Or like a new one.
Well, I can tell you, you're just best looking at it as a very soft reboot for Daredevil. Some of them might go through hard reboots, but just think of it like this, Trayvon. They can't use any of the storylines from Netflix, like the exact storylines. They could use the exact same characters down the line because Netflix doesn't own the characters, but you can't use the same storyline. So that if they team up,
they lease them, right?
Again. Yeah, they don't. Netflix just owns. It's like if Cobra Kai got picked up by TBS tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. And TBS wanted to do a soft reboot. Netflix would just tell them, well, you can, right? You just can't use any of the storylines that we've utilized. You'd have to go on a whole new arc with some of these stories. Now, if you want to soft reboot it to do that, you can. If you want to hard reboot it to do that, you can. Because again, Netflix does not own these characters at all. They just licensed or rented them rather. But the storylines they own completely.
They own the show.
They took it from YouTube. They took it from YouTube. Okay, that's where it originally came from.
Yes, they did take it from YouTube. Right.
YouTube,
right.
Yes.
So yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna go variants. I don't think they need to go variants because again, these Netflix shows made it very clear they were in the MCU, but the MCU never made it clear that they were a part of the shows. So you can just say they've been here because again, they're street level. You know what I'm saying? So it's never like, wait a minute, hold on, why didn't Matt come help Spider-Man this whole time? Like you don't ever have to connect those dots. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not like saying the X-Men have been here the whole time and they've just been watching. Right? That's a lot harder to explain.
Yeah.
Like, oh, where the fuck did you go? Like Thanos was here. So that's a lot harder. But street level characters, you don't really have to explain it that much. So you can say that they've been here the whole time. So that's very easy.
Well, I think when they say variant, I mean like it's not the same character. That's all. It's just not the same because it's not the same storyline. It's a different version of that character, even though they're very similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look,
kind of just brings in the low-key talk when you say that. You know,
if that's
it just makes sense based on what we've learned already. But when I say variant, I don't actually mean he's from a different dimension. You know what I'm saying? This is the MCU version of this character. It might need to be different from the Netflix version, but they're very similar, different pathways. Similar, you know what I mean? It's I don't actually mean it's the portal jumping shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm glad you cleared that up, Joel, because I know someone watching is just like, wait a minute, a different world. No.
No.
All right. Next one up. After the reaction to No Way Home, Sony wants to make a movie with Toby, Andrew, and Tom together, start to finish. Sony.
Madam Web's gonna do it.
Sounds like a Sony movie to me.
I think you could just do Into the Spider-Verse more so than introducing Madam Web. You just don't need to ever introduce Madam Web.
They're going to introduce Madam Web.
They're going to do it.
Right.
They're
they
going
don't
to
ever have to introduce Madam Web.
They're gonna do it.
Well, now it makes more sense.
It does. They're gonna do it.
God no. Jeez, man.
They can do it good. They can do it good. Come on, give them faith. Give them a little faith. Maybe they'll do it right. I don't know.
Maybe there is no way to do a stupid character right. There's no way. It's just not needed. It's the fucking stupidest shit ever. I hate the character so fucking much.
I don't understand. She's not relevant enough to hate. I don't understand.
Because she was just overutilized in the cartoon, and it never made sense.
At the end. It was only at the end.
It doesn't matter. Don't do it at all.
It was the first time we even got exposed to Spider-Verse because of her.
Right. Fuck her.
You're correct.
The best Spider-Verse was a series that did not involve Madam Web whatsoever. That's all I'm saying. Into the Spider-Verse, the actual comic line was no Madam Web.
No, but I'm saying, but that's the first time we've heard of a Spider-Verse. That was my first Spider-Verse.
But there was no Miles, so it didn't count.
Well, there literally was no Miles. There was literally no Miles back then. Literally.
Don't matter. Don't matter. You wait till they give me a black Spider-Man. I don't know how to take that. Because I very much feel as though
that's Sony.
Why?
What don't they? I always tell you.
Just put Andrew in the other movie. Just put him in Morbius and
if it's
Venom and all that. Just let it go.
To me, I kind of just feel like it drastically lessens what I just got. Like that was supposed to be special.
Water it down now.
Right. Now it's just like, well, they could just do it anytime. Like that, then it's not special anymore. I would be more interested if you left Tom and Toby out and it was Andrew interacting with all these different Universal Spider-Man or whatever. You do that weird shit with him. And you leave Tom for when you want to do the Spider-Verse right in the MCU, where you could utilize. And again, I know what you always say, Joel, but I'm incorporating her. You can use Silk, you can use Spider-Woman, you can use Spider-Gwen, you can utilize all those Miles.
They are
right.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're all on the table. Everything you just mentioned.
No, right. But I'm saying if you want to do all this weird stuff, do the weird stuff with Andrew.
But see, the point of them doing it with them three is because they want to maximize profit. They know that's money right there.
They want MCU access. They're going to go all out.
That's beyond MCU now. Now they can do whatever. If they're going to do that, they don't have to include the MCU at all. It's just Tom Spider-Man. That's it.
I swear to God, every time Sony talks or every time someone talks about Sony, I swear to God, they sound like a rival drug organization. And they're just trying to access everyone else's pipeline. Like they're always the drug dealer that instead of just creating their own, they're just going to find you on the road, kill you, and then just take yours and say, hey, look what we got. And it's like, Sony, that wasn't even yours. Like you stole that. Why not just create your own? I don't understand. I don't hate it, but like I said, I only dislike it because it just waters down the experience we did. That was supposed to be special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is
Now it's
Sony.
kinda
We
just
know
like-
they're gonna go all out now. Like this is done.
I'm
I'm gonna be honest with you. That was
They've
never
been-
a thought for me. Like when people were saying like, "Oh, Andrew will be back," I'm like, okay, that makes sense. If you're Sony, you can incorporate him with Tom Hardy's
Called him
Venom and
already.
do all that or whatever. But I never once thought this was a possibility because it's just like, I don't know. But Joel, if this does happen, are you looking forward to seeing these three together again?
I mean, if it's done right, if done differently, it's something, do something cool with it. Sure. I mean, where was the possibility of them being animated? We're going to be in Spider-Verse. That was thrown out there, so that'd be cool too. But whatever they do with it, I'm fine as long as they do something different with it. Be creative.
Yeah, and as we've seen, Sony struggles with that. So we'll see how creative they can get. Because I'm very sure someone is sitting in that front office just like, creative. But it's 3 Spider-Men that they love. We can't just put that in the movie and that's enough. It's like, no. Can the story be good? Story be good. Have you seen the Venoms? We don't do that.
They're like, call Feige. Call Feige. Feige will do
that.
it. Feige will fix it.
I'm telling you
for
right
us.
now, Kevin's hanging up. They're gonna call.
I
Kevin.
mean, those interviews they do are
He's
so
done.
awkward, right? Like the interview with him and Amy is so funny to watch.
Right, I swear to God, like Amy. I swear to God, nothing anyone can tell me will change my mind. Every interview, he just looks over and he's just like, if I could punch the shit out of you right now.
She be saying stuff. He just be like,
Like I'm telling you right now. I don't know this for a fact, but I swear, you know how like in our households, how our parents would right before we go in the store, when we get in here, you better not touch a fucking thing. Okay, you keep your hands in your fucking pockets. I'm telling you, Feige has that conversation with Amy in the truck every time. He goes, listen, you better not say a fucking word. You nod your head, and when I ask you something, that's when you say something. And then Amy just goes, and then gets in the interview and goes, so by the way, Tom is coming back forever. He will die as Spider-Man. Andrew also will come back and die. And it's just like, Amy, what the fuck did we just say? I just told you this. Shut up.
yeah, it's coming. Yeah,
No one can convince me otherwise, bro. I'm serious. He hates Amy. I'm telling you. But Trayvon, are you excited for this?
I mean, I'm excited to see them together again, of course. Especially after watching that interview that he did with what is it called? Sad Confused. I don't know what the interview he did with Josh Horowitz or whatever. That was great.
Who did?
Andrew. Andrew did. I wasn't sure. I watched that and it was really like they did a lot of improvising, a lot of the I love you guys, the like just different little things. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like that tells me he really still loves the character and still 100%. And his little backstory he gave us in No Way Home just made me want more of him, of course. Anyway, I don't know about Toby though. Like I'm like, okay, cool. I'd rather Andrew get his just due.
I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. I don't need 3 of them together. If you want to do something with Andrew and continue that over here in your little pocket dimension, do that. Knock yourselves out. But to bring all 3 of them back, it's just like, I don't think anyone after that movie was just like, yeah, what was Toby up to all this time? We were really good, especially after Spider-Man 3. And then when he explains it in the movie, you're like, I'm good. I'm good. You got 3 movies. And that's enough.
After we saw Into the Spider-Verse, I was nervous anyway. I was like, oh, this does well. Crap, what is Sony gonna try now? Like I was really afraid of that. I was like, what are they gonna do now? This does well. No Way Home is $1 billion. I was like, oh god, they're gonna lose it.
Because I tell you what, every time I see Toby,
Oscar too. I was like, oh god.
Keep thinking Into the Spider-Verse and how Toby would be an awesome shitty Spider-Man, like the one Miles was learning from. Toby would be very good at that. And that's more so what I'd be interested to see Toby do, more so than anything else, is be like that kind of mentor to whoever the next generational Spider-Man is that Sony wants to utilize, where it's just like, you don't seem all together. He's like, I'm not. This is a shoe and this is a flip-flop. My life is a fucking mess. So Toby would be really awesome as that, but I don't need to see anything else from his story or really the character, his version of it, really.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really give Andrew much thought until the rumors came out that they were coming back. Before then, I never thought about Andrew again after Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, okay.
Once we got Tom, I was just like, all right, yeah, that's it.
I thought you meant after No Way Home. I was like, what?
No.
Yeah. The Pony Punches thing had me looking like, what?
Yeah, I became a little curious. I won't lie. But all right, before we continue, we got some fan questions. I never watch any of the Netflix stuff. I need to, but with all the Disney Plus stuff and seeing Trayvon's background making me anticipating Batman. Well, I will tell you that, listener Jim, it's kind of moot now. You kind of don't need to go through the Netflix stuff.
That's for fun if you want when you have free time. Now
that's just if you're like, hey,
you haven't watched it yet. It obviously wasn't a priority. So
that's true.
Madam Web is a cool character. James almost blocked you. I love that you're here.
I agree, James. I agree. I thought it was fun. It's just not a concept.
I thought it was fun. Fucking sitting there. It's gonna be Tom Holland versus Tom Hardy.
Spider-Man.
I know a lot of people hope so, but I
don't know anymore.
I still do not understand why he even had that cameo at all. Like he came in.
According to Joel, it was just
to leave that little drop. But it's like, okay, you could have gave him his own symbiote for that. Like
that was just for the world to know that Sony and its MCU are not the same world.
I guess so.
Yeah, that was Kevin. I'm telling you right now, Amy probably didn't even know about that. Kevin was just like, "Yeah, no, we're gonna film it. Tom Hardy's villain's gonna be in it," and she's like, "Okay, yeah, Venom in the MCU," and he's like, "Mm-hmm."
No.
Tom Hardy
was like, "What is that?"
Tom Hardy's like, "All right, Amy said that I'm gonna be fighting at the end of this movie, and then I'm gonna stay and fight Tom Holland," and Feige's like, "Yeah, come here. No, come here, Tom. None of that's in this movie." He's like, "Wait, so what am I doing? You're just gonna sit at a bar, talk, and then leave?" And he's like, "Wait, like leave the bar? No. You're gonna leave my fucking universe. How's that sound?" Okay, thank you. You have a great day, Hardy. Feige had no interest in utilizing that because I mean, to me, why bring him in, have the symbiote leave, and then just bring in a different version of Tom Hardy? You had it there. Could have kept it there, and then just utilize that. So
there was no need of transferring him in the first place if that was the case. But that already told you that it wasn't the same universe. So you're like, I
still feel like this. Like after this happened, this is why Morbius got pushed. They're gonna do something to Morbius because it's still like that Spider-Man on the wall. They can't like ignore. We can't. I'll never ignore that.
There's been no rumors of any reason.
It was because it was Toby's. Though it's weird. It was Toby's on the wall. So like you need to kind of change it something, and then you had Vulture in the trailer. It just didn't make sense.
We actually to explain that better, Trayvon, we just saw something like that. The first time we saw that mural for Batgirl, it was a different looking Batman. Then you look at it now, it's Keaton's Batman.
It's true. Yeah.
So they could have easily used that as kind of like a joke, and then maybe went over it.
Well, like during the events of No Way Home, that's what this movie happens.
Oh no! I mean, went went over it, like replace that image.
They could have changed it.
How would they have the image though?
You said why would they have the image?
How would they have it that Spider-Man doesn't exist in that universe?
Well, I mean,
he probably does exist. This is probably not.
Oh, he exists because the bus says he went missing. So that's even more curious. He went missing.
Hey, Spider-Man exists.
I want to see this movie so bad. I just want to see it. Right. That's what I need to know.
Now, again, the bus saying he went missing is very interesting. Because did he go missing during No Way Home?
That's right.
Andrew stepping out.
How long were they away? They don't know.
Right. Yeah, we don't know any of that. We have no idea. We have no concept of time, and that's how Feige likes it. So we don't know anything. We have no idea. There's a reason why he covered up Aunt May's grave. Again, we know the date, but he covered it up there. He covered it up in Hawkeye. He does not like to be bogged down by anything.
The only similar timeline we have is the timeline we have with Disney Plus that they put together down there, which has no Spider-Man movies in it, of course.
Well, no, Spider-Man we know takes place not that far from Hawkeye. We know that.
Yeah, I know that much.
But
Yeah.
still, to hide it in Hawkeye and then hide it in Spider-Man, this man really does not want you to focus on years.
Because we'll call him out.
At least not.
We always call it out. Like,
that's why.
Well, they did.
Yes, he knows that.
Homecoming, they did. Like, fuck, we messed up.
Well, Homecoming, they definitely fucked it up.
They for sure did. And Kevin
Since
never
then,
lived it down. Kevin has nightmares about that. But all right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Sony made the whole multiverse concept popular. I don't argue that. From Zach, hi all. Would you say, Joe?
It's debatable.
What do you mean?
Multiverses in general, or just like recently, or?
Oh, I took it more so as he meant for Spider-Man. Because no way they made multiverse as a whole popular. Because the multiverse was, I wouldn't say popular, but it was a thing well before now. Yeah. Especially in the comics. I mean, hell, CW just toyed around with the multiverse before before Sony did. So
Crisis. They had Crisis on TV.
DC is definitely
fucking TV. That's insane. Hi all. What do you think of a new timeline after Flashpoint? What do you want to happen? So we'll swerve for a second away from Marvel to answer this question. Very good question. I don't at this point, Zach, I'm going to be honest with you. I know you probably wanted a more thorough answer. I can't care anymore. Just whatever they do. I can't even say what I want them to do because from what we're hearing, it's the polar opposite from what I want them to be doing. So I know that they're not going to do it. So as of now, whatever, man, whatever. I tell you what, like I said, Batgirl looks awesome. I can accept that. If you're giving me Dylan as Nightwing, I can gladly accept that.
Ooh,
that's something I can sink my teeth in. I could sink my teeth in, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, you give me a Bat family anywhere, I could sleep on that pillow every day, and I'll be fine.
Except Titans.
So that's it.
Yeah, but
no, I enjoy Titans. I just don't think to prop Dick, you have to destroy Bruce. I don't think those two things need to be in the same vein, and that's clearly what they're trying to do. Yeah. So that's my only problem with Titans. Everything else has been pretty good. They did a really great slate, like a really, really, really good slate. So a lot of what that show does, I enjoy. A lot of it is confusing, but it just seems like the writers have never read a Titans comic, so that's fine. That's whatever. That's completely
or the show or the cartoon or watch it.
Anything. It seems like they literally brought writers in and said, "Hey, get creative." Well, do you want me to read any of these comics? Get creative. And you're like, okay, all right. Well, can Bruce Wayne commit suicide? And you're like, yeah, sure, why not? That's the character, totally. Yeah, the guy who would never leave Gotham will just decide.
We're leaning away from the question. We're leaning away from the question too much.
Real man.
Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry. Trayvon said Titans, and it triggered.
No need.
But Joel, what do you want to see from Zach's question?
I think it's a loaded question because there's stuff we know and there's stuff we still don't know. So all I could do is theorize what I hope happens to minimize the blow of what we hoped happened. You know what I mean? Because we obviously know certain things will not be going the way we wanted it. But I've accepted that, and that's why my theories. I've long theorized a way where I would be content going forward if they go what I'm thinking of. And so I've brought it up here before. Like our first the Much Ado About Something, I literally broke it down like what my theory was and what I felt like would be the only way I would accept it. And look, this is before we even knew about a possible Robin showing up in that Batgirl and then in this universe, you know what I mean? And so my theories have I've explained this before, but I will break it down for you again. And I'm gonna trigger people right now, but this is what's up. These are facts, right? This is not my opinion. This is just what it is, right? Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are not coming back. I don't like it
that's
either.
what we got. Yeah.
But it is what it is, you know. Um, now I've made peace with Ben years ago. You know what I mean? That was the fact that he's coming back for the Flash is to me is a gift because I didn't even expect that. But Henry's a little more recent and something I'm making peace with now, you know. So my theory, we've already seen the direction they're going. Keaton is replacing Affleck in the main universe as the Batman. He will be a mentor towards the heroes of that world, right? Especially the new Batgirl who will be introduced, I'm assuming, after the Flash, right? And now we hear that there's possibly a Dick Grayson in this world, which leads me to believe we'll get a Nightwing possibly. So we'll have Batgirl, Nightwing, and then we'll have the mentor Batman, right? Look, I said this a couple weeks ago, whatever, a month ago. The best way to soften losing Ben and Henry is by doing something crazy, which is bringing in some of the most iconic versions of these characters. Now that Keaton is a character that everyone grew up, well, a lot of, like I did, grow up with. He was my Batman. You know what I mean? And a lot of people grew up with Christopher Reeve's Superman as their Superman. Now, if you come in and you're saying you're replacing Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill with Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeve, those are the characters that we grew up. They are now the main characters in this universe. It'll soften the blow. Not for everyone, but it'll soften the blow. In my opinion, I think she will be playing the daughter, like Supergirl will be playing the daughter of Clark Kent, Superman, which I will believe. Which at the moment I'm theorizing that it will possibly be Christopher Reeve Superman. You know what I mean? So if she's the daughter of that Superman, he still exists and did exist. And so that's not like he wasn't there. You know what I mean? But now she's taking over as the main super of that world, whatever the fuck. And then I theorized, because we already know there's 2 Superman projects in the works, right? The movie, and there's a series. I'm theorizing that the movie will be based more on the Calvin Ellis version of Superman, which is President Superman, right? I think that'll be a movie, and I think that'll be its own thing, just like the Batman's own thing. The series, I believe, Val Zod series with Michael B. Jordan, will probably connect to the universe, and so that'll be the new Superman going forward. Eventually, Val Zod Superman. So you'll have Supergirl and Val Zod Superman as the main super of that world, right? So that's, to me, how they're going to explain everything going, and everything else will just fall into place because they don't have to change too much. But the original trip, like the Justice League could have been around even longer than we thought, because as far as I know, if my theory works out, you could have had Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman around all at the same time during the 80s. You know what I mean? And they could have formed the Trinity then, and everything just fell into place going forward. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of ways you can play with it. But, you know, as the more I theorized it, the more I thought this would soften the blow, and people would still like, oh my God, Christopher Reeve is Superman again, even though he's dead. But you can always bring Brandon Routh back because that's the same character he played in Superman Returns, and he played in Crisis. You know what I mean? He plays that version of Superman. So if they want to, you can bring in Brandon Routh as Superman. But, well, that was my theory. Is that what I want? Yes, it's the only way it makes sense to me. And that's what I would like to see going forward. And I won't feel as bad losing Henry and Ben.
Like I said, as long as I can get it under the Red Hood storyline, I'm fucking fine. I don't give a fuck. So you can give me that. Everything else, if everything you said comes true, Joel, I got no complaints as long as you still utilize Batman stories, even if you don't have mainline Batman movies. It's just more group movies, which is why I said Under the Red Hood. And then you could do the disappearance of Bruce Wayne. Like you could do all these big team ups Batman storylines. So he doesn't have to have, all right, here's Michael Keaton's Batman versus a different Joker versus Penguin. None of that's needed.
We don't know how the universe shakes out at the moment. So yeah, you could now the continuity movies, the DCU EU movies, right, will be more group movies with Bat Family movies.
Yeah,
and
that's all
we have the Batman as our solo Batman movies. You know what I mean?
Yep.
younger
So
Batman.
that's all I'm saying. So it softens the blow, so Keaton doesn't have to do all the work. We get Keaton with Grayson with Batgirl taking down an old protege of Bruce's, and we find out shit, it's the Robin that died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It could be a lot of things.
And then boom, Jason Todd. And then throughout the movie, we just get flashbacks of Michael Keaton with a younger Jason Todd, you know, rather than giving me a movie with the Jason Todd, then killing the poor boy, then having to go a couple movies.
Yeah, now it's all flashback. Everything we kind of wanted with Ben when he
first everything we wanted. Bro, I will never forget everyone theorizing those letters Bruce was getting in PVS were from Jason Todd. And then when you go, it was from Lex Luthor's. What? Like, why? Why? But anyway, Trayvon, what is it that you want besides Static Shock flying around somewhere in this DC universe?
Due time.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna let the Flash movie be whatever it's gonna be. I'm going to see it. It's it's whatever they're gonna do at this point. I mean, Supergirl is gonna be there, cool. The Batgirl is looking great, looking a little rough too with the bloody picture I saw. I was like, okay, all right, okay, got you.
Getting down and dirty.
The goggles. I've seen different little. I was okay, all right, got you.
Its suit looks better in the background pictures, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool. Like I'm just gonna give them benefit of the doubt right now. I'm just gonna see what they do with all the projects they have going at the same time right now. I just hope they succeed. I am curious. I keep saying, I'm just curious on what goes on with. I like the CW to an extent. Most of the time, I like the Flash, except when they make him lose his powers. That's the only time I get pissed off. Every other time, I'm fine. Like, I just want to know, will this show live on past the movie? Because if they keep doing that, I'm pissed off with them. I just don't want them to keep doing that. Like, I want, let the multiverse flourish, like you keep saying y'all have.
I agree with you. I think I would feel as strong as you if the Flash was only 3-4 seasons in. But at this point, it's kind of just like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this. Regardless of a Flash movie or not, this show should not exist much longer. Maybe you can squeeze out.
They want people to think that way, so they can do that, and then they say it's done.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Trayvon, the writing over the last 4 seasons has done a great job of that on its own. You making his villains friends, you killing off of his biggest villains leaving.
You stop killing them altogether and talking them down every episode. Instead.
Right, yeah. A lot of that was like, you should probably, and look, Trayvon, the reason why they keep taking his speed is because the CW was supposed to be a grounded network for these heroes. So once you introduce the Flash, and then you get rid of all his really good villains, it's really hard to tell me that some D-list villain is beating Flash. So how do you do it? You gotta strip him. You gotta strip him.
To me, I felt like when they took his speed is because they had another speedster on the show. that's how it looked to me.
First. Yeah, that's
what they used to do that a lot. I was like, okay, yes, Wally's here. That don't mean we gotta take berries. Like, let's chill out.
They both can run together like that. Like, hey, do me a favor. You can't run this episode. Why? I gotta pay for him to run. I can't do both of you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm just excited to see what they do. The shows are looking good. I mean, yes, Static Shock. I really want it really bad. I just hope maybe this next fandom they give me something. Because if they don't give me, I'm gonna lose real hope after the next fandom. They say they're still writing it.
But here's the thing, though, Trayvon. They didn't give you a date, a specific date, like year it's supposed to come out. So to me, all you have to chalk that up to is they're just trying to figure out how to do this character right. How to do him right, where you want to place him. Is he in his own world? Do you want to at some point bring him into this world? So it's a lot that goes. I mean, because look, Black Lightning's a free agent right now. You could easily do a Black Lightning movie, incorporate that with Static Shock. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about where you want to place him. So to me, if I don't hear anything this year, I don't think it means that it's dead. I think they're just taking their time with it. That's it. That's it. Because I can tell you this right now, they're on a youth movement, so the likelihood of them not doing it is very low, very low, very low. Think about it. Supergirl, they're gonna fast track that movie, right? Batgirl, they're in it right now.
We get Batgirl, Blue.
We getting this movie's coming out next year.
Yes, we're getting everything before the movie that was announced first. I'll just say it.
What do you mean?
Static Shock was announced before all these other things. This Batgirl.
Not before Batgirl.
Well, this was recent.
No, that was announced when they first got Milestone back or whatever. They're like, we're doing Static movie. I was okay.
Batgirl was talked about 2 years ago.
One second.
Yeah, Batgirl was talked about 2 years ago. Yeah, Static Shock was 2 years ago. Batgirl was around that. Supergirl was. There were rumors.
No, Supergirl wasn't.
Batgirl was the oldest one.
Right, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
But there was rumor, and then it died, and then it came back.
Right. So a lot of these were being talked about. So yeah, it's not again, Static Shock, because they're on a youth movement, will happen, especially when we get to the rumor of who might be up for playing them. How in the world could they? Right. How could they not make a Superman 2 with Henry? A lot goes into that. They want to do their
stop asking that at this point, because guess what? It's been how long now? And he's not coming back at this point.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. They're trying their best to get from up under Zach. Yes. And if it wasn't for the fact that you've just put too much into Wonder Woman and Aquaman, they would just completely just rewrite all of this. To be completely honest with you. Right. And now Flash, right.
That was all.
You're depending on Flash. That's the only reason why he's staying. He's your only way to rewrite everything. So that makes sense. But we got a few more comments before we finish up. So I wonder if we could get a Topher Grace Venom. Why would you even say that, listener Jim? Why
in the world?
Why would you want that? I don't know.
I'm not with you on that one.
I'm saying Tom Holland versus Tom Hardy is gonna happen because it'll make Sony the most amount of money. And even if Marvel has creative control, Sony has a final say on what happens in the movies. I don't think any of those correlate. Mainly because I don't think Spider-Man is a character you specifically need a big name to sell. So anyone could be Venom, and I think you could still make a lot of money.
Well, I think you're gonna get Venom and Spider-Man. You'll probably get a different Spider-Man with with Tom Hardy's Venom, and you'll get a different Venom with, not that we want it, but that seems the way it's going.
Right. Yeah. I'm not saying it's something that we want, but to me, that doesn't necessarily correlate because. Again, this isn't forever. Spider-Man has always been a very huge popular character. So it's never necessarily been, we got to get the biggest name to play Spider-Man or the biggest name to play a villain to sell it. It's never been the case. Because I was super young when it came out, but I don't remember much about Alfred Molina before seeing him as Doc. I'm not saying he didn't do anything. Yeah. I'm saying I don't remember much of him, like big movies before Spider-Man 2.
Well, he was an autist type,
Oh no, that's 100% fine. I'm not shaming it. I'm just saying that's what you went for. You didn't go for who's the biggest name in Hollywood right now. Let me get him to be Doc Ock. So it's never something you need. So I don't see Feige feeling the need to bring Tom Hardy back to sell a Spider-Man movie.
No, I would like it. If he did it, I would not be opposed.
No, me neither. Me neither. I'm not saying what you're saying, James, isn't relevant at all. I'm just saying I don't think it needs to go that way. Feige wanted to use Kraven in the film, but hasn't yet. I believe the multiverse is going to play a much huger role in whatever is going on, as hinted by Venom and Venom 2 post. Well, the Venom post-credit scene was just to explain No Way Home. I don't think the multiverse will have much to do with Sony going forward.
Let's see how everything is after Multiverse of Madness. Let's see what happens after that, because that could shake up a lot, possibly.
Well, if what James is saying is related to Sony, I don't think it has anything to do with Sony.
I have it here. Our first news of Static Shock movie was that the first fandom, which was in 2020. Mm-hmm. It was only like 2 years, barely 2 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
That was like 4 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Barely 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago in August.
How does it feel like 4 years ago?
It's taking too long, man.
We've only had 2 fandoms. They mentioned it at the first fandom.
It was mentioned. Then you had a whole year where Michael B. Jordan was doing so much other stuff, and then this year is where you kind of.
Oh yeah, we didn't even. Michael Jordan wasn't even attached yet.
Oh, that is true. He wasn't attached yet. Yeah. So this year will probably be the year where we hear a script is done. A director will probably be selected by the end of the year into next year, and then you'll get the ball rolling. But again, it's not a character that's.
It'll be Michael B. directing it.
I don't
know about that, but
doing Creed, he produced what's that show?
I don't think he wants to direct it. I think he just wants to have a say in kind of where they're going with Static and kind of some of the stuff you're pulling from Static. Look, Michael B. Jordan wouldn't get involved if he thought it was something that wouldn't actually stick. So again, I don't think you need to worry about that.
I got the Batgirl stuff right here. This is not the first time we heard about Batgirl, but this is the first time. This is before the Batgirl, the new script was written, and this is like end of 2019. Because remember, Joss Whedon was writing the first script.
Yes.
Then he got pulled off of it.
Then he got canceled, right?
And then once he got canceled, it was all over. But that was 2019 when we first got whiffed that Hodgson was going to write the Batgirl script.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I knew Batgirl was older because none of this feels new about Batgirl. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, it was definitely older. James also says if Sony made a deal with Marvel for them not to connect, why would Keaton be in the? Listen, James, I'm putting no stock in why Keaton is in that movie until I see that movie. I don't know anything. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. Because again,
a lot of people
Morbius referred to Venom, right?
He sure did.
We now know Venom is no longer in the MCU. So that makes no sense that Venom is no longer in it, but Morbius is, but has memories of Venom. I don't know about this movie. This movie is a huge, huge mind F. So I'll worry about that once I actually see it. I want to put no stock into that movie whatsoever. I would be with you if No Way Home ended with Tom Hardy staying. Then I would go, well, yeah, no, you're right. But the fact that he left, and I know that that's supposed to be the same universe, I'm putting absolutely no stock in that. How can they tie all these DC titles plus Black Adam? I don't think they're necessarily, or is DC just going to be solo movies with? No. They're going to connect. I just think continuity isn't something that they're bogged down by. Like they're not as concerned about continuity as we are. They're more so concerned with, all right, here's Batman movies that are good. There's Superman movies that are good. Wonder Woman's over here. Aquaman's over there. Flash is over here. And then when we get to that point, we'll figure out how to bring them together.
Right.
To get you
it's not the only one
that's not connected is the Batman. That's the only one.
Yeah, that's the only one that's not connected.
And the Gotham TV show. Those are the only things that are completely separate.
Right.
No, all the TV shows are not connected except for Peacemaker.
Right. But
Peacemaker is Suicide Squad.
That's what I'm saying. Peacemaker is the only one that is connected.
Yeah, listener is asking how they're going to do it, and I'm saying they're not too worried about explaining that to you right now. They're just trying to give you these movies individually, and then when it's time,
all these movies will exist in this universe. They're just not gonna like break it down for you like how. Like they are their own thing. Only one that's separate right now is the Batman. That's its own thing. The Joker was obviously its own thing.
Right. And
most of the TV shows are their own thing, aside from Peacemaker, and then Gotham PD or whatever will be connected to the Batman, but won't be connected to the rest of the,
And I'm glad that Topher Grace was a joke, listener Jim, because
good.
We were worried about you. All right, next one is Jared Leto signed for a Morbius trilogy, plus cameos in other spin-off projects.
I'm sure he did.
I don't know how you're utilizing Morbius to where he needs to be in other projects.
It doesn't matter. That's like a standard contract. Like I got you.
Yeah.
For 3 No. The contract isn't what I'm questioning. I'm saying that's just not a character I need to see pop up anywhere else in the Sony product that's not a Spider-Man movie. It's weird.
We got.
If they're already doing his own movie, then and Sony's doing their own thing. It just makes sense.
Wait,
if he stays over there.
Hold on. Time out. What are you saying? It makes sense.
It's already going to be its own movie without Spider-Man. and they're doing their own thing at Sony.
Mhm.
So why not have him appear whenever the fuck they want him?
Pop in Venom.
Right. I mean, it
that's
doesn't matter. It's like Venom.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying it's such a fucking weird character to do that for.
But
Like,
it doesn't matter. What's weird? It's just
No Way Home.
It's just basic. They're gonna want him when they want him, and he's a big name. If they want to use Morbius more than one time, obviously they will. He'll have his movies, and then he'll have whatever cameos he's in. It's just standard. Just because you think the character's weird, it's just. But that's.
I mean, you haven't seen him yet. Wait till you see him. Maybe you'll like this.
Yeah. I mean, the movie looks.
No.
Maybe you'll want him to pop up.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
what?
Morbius is not a character that should interact with Venom or Kraven or any of that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't like.
Why not?
Morbius.
He has.
Yeah, why not?
It's a concept of
he's a villain.
He's not a villain. That's the thing.
Well,
he's an anti-hero.
Right. That's my point. So it's like, well, all right. Well, you already made Venom somewhat of a lethal protector. Cool. Now Morbius.
All these main characters are not going to be main villains anymore.
That's my point. That's why it's just like, and you're
going to they're building their own world.
What the fuck?
They are.
See what they're doing?
No, I'm saying, but it's everything we were shitting on CW for. You're making these good guys, but you still have I'm fine if you make these good guys in a world without a Spider-Man. But with a Spider-Man, it's like, what?
But then it's just Spider-Man, and they can't. It's all about money, and they got to bank on more than just Spider-Man. That's really what it comes down to.
They got to use everything they got.
Right. They're just milking the cow. They're just being creative. And all these characters at one point were not sold, bad guys.
And now they have Andrew to use.
That cow.
And if they want to have Andrew, correct.
God bless that cow and those boobies. I still want him in DC as the Joker. You can let go of that. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh, Joker. That's con.
All right. Zazie Beetz will return as Domino for the MCU. I don't think that's really much of a shocker. We can kind of loop in the rumor that Josh Brolin will be back not only as Thanos but as Cable. Again, not really shocker. Because apparently there's not much of Deadpool, the actual movie, they're really interested in rebooting. So I mean that makes perfect sense, especially if they still wanted to do an X-Force down the line. So yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Those are the only characters that matter anyway.
I saw someone suggest
Colossus.
Oh,
I would. Yeah. That's important to me. He's good. He was good, man.
Right, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead too. I fucking loved. I loved all four of them.
She was great, but I don't ever need to see her again. Honestly,
I don't need to see her in the bigger scheme of things, but just in a Deadpool world.
Deadpool movie.
Yes, that's all I'm saying. I don't need to see her like one of the leading X-Men. I don't need that, but in a Deadpool movie, I 100% need her. Go ahead,
Trayvon. Weird character to use anyway.
Go ahead, Trayvon.
Yeah, it was weird. I saw somebody suggest that James Gunn directs it, and now that I've seen Peacemaker, I kind of agree. I was like, it kind of will work, especially how he uses vigilante.
It really depends, because I think what worked so well with not so well. I think what worked great with the last Deadpool director is, again, you got to give Ryan and his team the freedom. But James Gunn writes all his own movies.
True, that's right.
So then it's like, well, Ryan's going to want carte blanche over over the writing of Deadpool.
They'd have to write it together.
But I'm sorry, Joel. What'd you say?
I said they'd have to agree to write it together. They'd have to want to do that.
Right. And if you're James Gunn, you can't go, this is my exact vision of Deadpool, because Ryan's going to tell you, yeah, fight it. This isn't going to work out. I don't know who the fuck he thinks he is, but I'm Deadpool.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
people that write want you to say how they have it on the page. They don't want that.
Well, no, not only that. It's Ryan has been Deadpool for so long. He has a vision of what he wants from Deadpool. And if you're James Gunn, you only signed on because you have a vision for what you want Deadpool to do. And as we saw with the first Deadpool director, Ryan don't play that not wanting to listen to him shit. So Tim had to bounce. So it's as simple as that. Your vision can't supersede mine. I'm Deadpool. So
And the second one was the director, one of the directors from John
David
Wick,
Leitch.
right?
Yeah, David Leitch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was more willing to just direct and let Ryan and his team write.
Yeah,
So
he wasn't about let them handle the story. I'm just gonna
right. Yeah, David Leitch was like, I'm an action guy. I'm gonna just yell action and tell you how to fight well. I don't give a fuck about you writing.
I do admit I thought Deadpool 1 was funnier than 2 to me.
To me. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly I kind of feel like I don't know about that, Trayvon, because you could ask me any day, and how Deadpool 2 started is still probably funnier than most of Deadpool 1. Playing Dolly Parton 9 to 5 while he's just murking people, that was like, that just felt like that. Like, that was so awesome. But then on another day, I could say that highway scene was an all-time fucking classic. From the
it's
first.
Hard to choose.
Yeah. To me, it's like asking what was funnier, Rush Hour 1 or Rush Hour 2. I can go either way. I can honestly go either way.
I can't argue with that. The only thing I'll give, I liked Cable in Domino in part 2, and I also liked Juggernaut. That fucking caught me off guard.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah.
And Ryan voicing Juggernaut was awesome.
He did great. He sounded just like him I imagined him to. So like, they nailed it.
And look, giving us Colossus versus Juggernaut. That's fucking awesome. That was awesome. So yeah, and don't forget, Trayvon, the trump card that part 2 has. We saw the X-Men.
Yeah,
that was the trump card. That was the trump card.
It was funny because it was like the X-Men from the past.
Right. Like it shouldn't be your current X-Men.
Like, what is
That's
it?
so weird.
This is weird.
So weird. Even when he said it in the first movie, he was just like, well, which one, McAvoy or Stewart? And it's just like, that shouldn't be an option for you. Like, you're in the future. Yours should be Stewart. This shouldn't even be up for debate. But all right, let's move. Yeah, it's so weird. But let's move on, Trayvon. This one's for you. I'll go to you first. Caleb McLaughlin is one of the top choices for Static Shock.
Yes, I saw that. I'm like I said to you, I have not watched Stranger Things like that. Stranger Things has not grabbed me, so I don't know much about him.
It's like Power Rangers without powers.
No,
it is. It really is.
No.
I swear to God, they're even based in a city that seems just as fucking boring as Angel Grove.
only one of them have powers.
Yeah,
out of the group. Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, come on, let's be honest. Only one of the Power Rangers was cool. It was Tommy. So it's the same thing. You got Tommy and Elle, and then everybody else is the rest of the Rangers, and you kind of just go, I don't care.
It's like a horror Goonies. That's all it was.
Right. I mean, look, if it doesn't grab you, that's fine. Caleb McLaughlin was also in it was like Concrete Cowboy with Idris Elba. Yeah, he's been in other things that you could look at if you're just not interested in Stranger Things. I'm not here to sell you on Stranger Things.
I do love me some Stranger Things.
No, I enjoy it too, but they don't pay me, so I'm not here to sell you. But
I'm pretty sure I want an R.B. Joseph from Cloak and Dagger, but I mean that's more people
took me a while for him to grow on me, but he was a good actor.
Yeah.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Yeah, because the reason why I like Caleb so much
he's
is
younger.
He's just that borderline.
He's at the right age.
He's that borderline. Because here's the crazy thing: Static was in high school in the cartoons, right?
Yeah.
But he looked so much older.
He did.
He looked older. So I'm like, Caleb is the perfect age to where he fits obviously in high school, but you could easily do like the last 2 years of high school and then just age him up with how much this kid actually ages or actually grows or whatever. So to me, I feel like he's the perfect age that he could be Static for easily the next 10 years. Same thing we said about Tom Holland. Perfect age that you can legit go, this guy could be, right. He still looks like a baby, right. Caleb only looks like a baby when he doesn't have a mustache. When he lets that shit grow, it's like, oh, come on, man. You're supposed to be a kid.
Caleb right now is 20 years old.
Okay, yeah.
How old is R.B. Joseph?
I don't think he's much older. I didn't mean it like he was 30 or anything. I think he might be like 23, 25.
He was no standout of that show because I didn't like at first I didn't like him like his acting, but he got better as the show went on. Why did it say it did it backwards? What the fuck happened?
Isn't Miguel from Cobra Kai supposed to be a character? Yes, he's going to be Jaime in the Blue Beetle.
Yes, he's 24. Aubrey.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think he was much older.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't think he was much older, but he does have a older face than Caleb.
He looks older. Yeah, he looks like he's 20.
Yeah, I understand Caleb. Yeah, I understand.
Wrong. Don't get me wrong.
I guess I'm thinking of Static Shock, how he looked in the cartoon. He was older, kinda like he's like a senior.
That's why I say he looked older, but he wasn't a senior in high school.
About to graduate, 18.
Right. What they were doing with Static, I swear to God, was like what they were doing with Toby. To where you look at Toby and you're just like, you have a baby face enough for this to work, but I know you're not the right age to be in high school. So no, Caleb to me is the
Maybe
perfect
it was his
choice.
Flash.
Oh God! When you found out how old Joe Manganiello was, you were just like, all right.
That movie is so weird now. That
Could have just did college. Like you didn't have to try so hard. But anyway, Joel, how do you like this casting?
The
possible casting. Sorry.
Yeah. How do I like him as a possible? I like him as a possibility. I like Caleb. I like him more ecstatic than Miles. So works for me.
Yeah, you've never been a fan of him as Miles. I mean, and it's been tried. The world has tried its best to sell you on it since the day I met you.
That back far.
Yes, that has been.
And I'm like, no.
By the way, Joel, let me give a quick shout out. I was watching one of your shows, from when we first met.
Oh shit.
Yeah, on the old channel. I was just like, damn, I've known you so long. But yeah, Caleb has been talked about being Miles since then, and this is like 5-6 years ago. So the kid's always been attached to it.
Yeah, imagine it's been that long that they've been casting him as him. Now he's aged out of it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I just want Miles younger than Peter, and Peter's just now graduating high school. I want Miles around the same age as Peter.
It's not his fault he got bleeped for 5 years. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, because and again, I read more into it than the average person, but I kind of felt like the way Davis was referring to him, he just seems so young. You know what I'm saying? Like he's so young. I don't want this town to corrupt him. So I'm like, he sounds, I swear to God, like he's like 12 or 13. And I'm like, that's kind of 15, 16 is where I want to kind of keep Miles right now. But I'm down with Caleb if it is Caleb. But again, Static Shock is again one of those characters I've never really thought about who could play him. So whoever you get, I'm fine with. All right. Excuse me. Apparently Tom Holland is making the deal of his life with Sony, apparently to continue to be Spider-Man. I don't know, man. I look at Tom Holland and I go, Tom Holland at some point is going to do what RDJ and Chris Evans did, right? To where you're not done acting. You're just done acting as this one character. Which is why he wanted to sign on to do Uncharted, which is why he wanted to sign on to do something like Cherry. At some point, Chris Evans was just like, if I keep going, they'll only call me Captain America. Like they won't recognize that I could do things outside of it. But also he had been Captain America for 10 years, over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? He put his time in. So I think at some point Tom Holland will feel that. So I'll be very interested to see if it's a 5-picture deal, 6-picture deal. That would make the most sense. Another trilogy and then a few Avengers movies and then start to wean Miles in. So I'll be very interested. Joel, what are your thoughts on this rumor?
Well, I said, obviously to me, it makes all. Of course, look, he's coming back. I think he's coming back for sure. And when he comes back, he's going to be the highest paid actor in the MCU, probably. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
And and when that's so like deal of a lifetime, no doubt. I have no doubt he's gonna be rich as fuck. And when he's done being Spider-Man, he's never gonna have to work again. and that'll be probably by the time he's in his early 30s. He'll be oh my god rich by then. But my thing with Miles is like I want him to be the heir apparent. You know, I want him to take over for Peter down the line. But like I told you recently, we can start with Miles in the next movie. You could start. You first introduce him in the next movie, and then every movie just gets a bigger part. You know what I mean? So by the end of it, you're like, oh well, it's your turn, buddy.
Yeah. I'm completely fine with that. And again, we don't need to kill Peter Parker to bring in Miles. That never needs to be the case. Like ever. It just never needs to be the case. By that point, Peter could be doing so many important things that Miles' job is to either just worry about his little corner of New York, like in the video game, or Miles is just overseeing New York while Peter is doing Avengers things. It's fine. It's complete. It's exactly what they did in DC in the comics, to where when Batman was doing Justice League shit, guess what? The Bat family was handling Gotham. It's obvious. It's the reason why you bring in more people. So when you're doing bigger things, you can go, hey, Joker might think because I'm up here fighting Doomsday that he can blow up Gotham. You're here, stop him. Simple. Very simple. I mean, shit, look at what they had to do in the video game just to give Miles his own game. Peter had to go to the other side of the fucking world for Miles to be like, all right, New York is mine. Here we go. I'm Spider-Man now.
You have to move to Harlem.
Right. So, but Trayvon, what are your thoughts on this rumor?
I mean, I expected it. I mean, but he was talking about, maybe bring in Miles now. I was like, oh, so this is a tactic. In all the interviews and stuff, he was just like, I think I'm done. I was like, boy, you ain't done. Stop it. You just wait for them to pull that dump truck of money at you.
Like, I can retire today.
Yeah, I mean, like, which was hilarious.
They email me yet? Oh, okay, listen more.
I mean,
so yeah, I'm about done. This is the same guy. People gonna think I'm dying.
This is the same guy who tells you every chance he gets that he used to dress up as Spider-Man for Halloween. Yep. He still has the costume. And after like 5 movies, you're like, nah, all right, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore.
I want to settle down. You're fucking 25.
The same one that said he called. What did he say he called? Was not Feige, Bob Iger crying or drunk about bringing the character back. I was like, what? And now you say you're done?
Stupid. Make it work.
Come on, no one believed Tom. No. I mean, again, this is the same time that was just like, Toby and Andrew are in my movie? What? I must have missed it. I've been there every day. I would know. Yeah, you would know. You fucking film with them, you piece of shit. All right, let's move on. We only got a few more and we're getting out of here. Warner Brothers still wants Tom Cruise to play Hal Jordan. That's not a shock. Only reason I don't like it is I remember when this rumor first came out, and the rumor was Tom Cruise wanted to be Hal Jordan only if Hal Jordan would die. And I didn't like it then. I don't like it now.
Is this the only thing you have for Tom Cruise, or you have the other thing too?
Is there something else for Tom Cruise?
The Iron Man thing.
We can talk about. We're gonna get
being a variant. Okay.
We're gonna get to the Ben Affleck. Okay. So we'll group that. But again, I said it before. Tom Cruise's Hal Jordan is perfect because you could get John here on Earth worried about Earth, and Hal Jordan, because he's so much older, his only focus is more galaxy-wide, everything, the whole cosmos, right?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. So Tom Cruise doesn't have to be in every Green Lantern movie. He's doing whatever out there for the Guardians. That's no problem. But under no fucking circumstances do you give me one movie of Hal Jordan, he dies, and now it's all on John. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. Hell no. Hell no. So to me and Joel said it before, because the rumor back then, years ago, was that they were approaching Green Lantern like Lethal Weapon. And it was like, okay, that concept sounds good, but the only problem with that was Lethal Weapon. One guy was drastically supposed to be older than the other. It's why he kept saying, I'm too old for this shit. So it's like, well, if you go that route, that's fine. But Glover never died in any of the Lethal Weapons, right? They're talking about making another one.
All right. I mean, they made 4 movies and he didn't retire until the very end. The last movie he retired.
So it's like, I have no interest in seeing Tom Cruise. Because again, this is the same Tom Cruise that was like, I'll be Iron Man, but I'm not wearing that helmet shit. And it's like, I'm sorry, what? Like,
nothing's gonna be more fun than having that conversation. John doesn't wear a mask, only Hal does. I wear a mask.
No, Joel, I was thinking more so just like, all right, Tom. So explain this to me. You're fighting Ironmonger, who can grab you by your legs and throw you through a building. What do you think protects this? And he's just like, oh, no. I'll do this a lot. Tom, no, that doesn't work. that doesn't work for any of us.
They'll get away with it now, though, since Downey didn't wear anything really.
Well, no, Downey did wear the mask.
I'm saying not recently. Not recently,
and
though.
Look,
didn't he just had a piece just like this?
Out of it a lot, but yeah.
No, he did have the mask too. I think what bothered me the most about Robert Downey and Jon Favreau was they found a way to say, hey, we want to show his face as much as possible. So we'll show you from inside the hub. And it's just like, I don't ever want to see that. Like, cool I don't ever want to see it. So that was a little frustrating. But Joel, what are your thoughts on Warner Brothers still wanting Tom Cruise to be Hal Jordan?
If that is true, I'm still down. Like, whatever. If they want to, I just want Hal Jordan. I want Green Lantern. Just give me Green Lantern. And look, there's a reason. I 100% believe there's a reason their names didn't come up when it came to for the show. They're not in the show. You're like, but why not? Well, because I feel like they're going to be in the movies, right? And they might actually connect the show to the movies. But if he's going to be Hal, if they still want him to be, and if he's down, I'm down. I'm whatever. Cool. I don't mind him being Hal Jordan, in whatever capacity. As long as they do him justice, I'm cool. Because he still looks, even though he's old, still looks young enough. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think he would do a great job. I'm just under no circumstances will I ever give my blessing of you killing Hal Jordan. Yeah. That's my only issue.
He's just going to be a short Hal Jordan.
A very fucking short Hal Jordan. And you know what's funny, Trayvon? You know it's to be a little worrisome about Green Lantern news. Again, this is somewhat of a spoiler alert. Anyone who saw the latest episode of Batwoman, there's still a ring to be had by a certain John Diggle. So it's like, well, how much closer are we going to get to a movie and then him having his own show now with a fucking ring? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know.
Won't happen.
We'll see if that whole multiverse thing is accurate with Warner Brothers when it comes to that. But Trayvon, what are your thoughts? You interested in seeing Tom Cruise as Hal Jordan?
I mean, I don't know how. Like, I guess you say he'd be older, help John or whatever. But I just don't. I can't picture it in my head right now of him being Hal Jordan. And I mean, I know they have the technology now that would fix it, I guess. But he.
What do you mean?
Too old. Too old. He's too old. I don't know.
But I'm saying if that's what they're going for,
I want a Hal that is active.
Young and exuberant.
Wait, that's active?
I don't know.
I won't be active. Trust me.
Not old.
But I'm saying I think that's their whole premise. 50. I think they want to go. He's more in a mentor capacity, and John is your more everyday Earth Lantern. And if that's what they're doing, I'm fine with that. That's exactly what Lethal Weapon was. What's his name was clearly the old mentor, and what's his name was the young, crazy, insane motherfucker that was jumping off cars and slapping his shoulder against walls. So I'm fine if that's where they're going, but I don't think under any circumstances, if they want Tom, they're picturing him to be a younger Hal Jordan. It's to bring him in to be older.
I grew up with Hal Jordan that used to have white streaks on his hair.
That is also true. Yeah. Okay. And Tom Cruise would look awesome in that. He would look really good. And look, anyone who's ever seen you've seen Tom Cruise in a pilot jacket. You've seen him
jacket. Yeah, I mean that's basically what he was, right? So
you've seen him as a pilot. So
and he's coming back soon as a pilot, you know. So
yeah. I mean, I just want Green Lantern in general. I just can't wait for them to do it. Like I've gotten teased.
I'm so excited just to see
throughout Arrow. I got teased, so I'm just like, just do it, please. Like
they did tease a lot. So bomber jacket, Ferris airfield. They did a lot of that. But this guy got casted as Guy Gardner, and I can't wait to see what he looks like as Guy Gardner. Can't remember his name, but
I just want to fucking hear the oath.
That show. You talking about that show, right?
The show, yeah.
Yeah, if that ever happens too. I ain't heard much about that since that announcement.
You fully casted it. You fully cast it.
They're fully cast. They just haven't revealed the cast, and then they're probably filming. They just haven't talked about it. Because the last time I talked to, the guy that had his interview, can't remember his name. Finn something.
Wolfhard.
No, that's the kid.
I was just trying to see if you were sharp.
Damn it! I'll get it. But yeah, the last time he did an interview, he said that was his next project. So they didn't say when. I just know that it's gonna be filming. Either they're close to filming or they are filming.
Yeah,
we would have heard something.
And I don't. To me, Trayvon, I don't put much stock in if I don't hear about it. It's not happening because I swear to God, I heard nothing about Halo for what felt like forever, and then just got a trailer. It was just like, I swear to God, I never heard when they started filming this. I heard that they were going to, and now it's just done. Okay.
It's Finn.
I might need content. That's why.
It's what, Joel?
Finn Whitrock.
Now, what'd you say, Trayvon?
I said, isn't this gonna be a Paramount, right?
Yeah.
I said Paramount needs content. That's why I got the.
What is?
Hey.
That's why Halo got.
Well, remember, it was supposed to be on Showtime. It was supposed to be on Showtime. And Showtime passed up on it, and it went to Paramount. So shout out to Paramount. It looks like they spent money. So good for them.
It used to be CBS All Access. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Just two more. Tenuch Huerta is Namor. Tanakh. Oh God, his press run, if he is Namor, is going to be a nightmare. Tanucci? No, not that. Not that. You're wrong. Sorry, not that at all. Apparently he is Namor, and Chukwudi Iwuji is the High Evolutionary. If either one of these are confirmed, then great.
I mean, we've already kind of knew about Tanakh being Namor for a while now. That's not new. Though she's just confirming it again, in my opinion. No one has officially confirmed. We still have no official confirmation. And the same thing with Chuck. Well, Chuck Woody again was rumored. I thought he was, and then eventually it was rumored that he was, and now again reconfirmation that he is.
Right. Let's see what we got here. Well, I had no idea you guys were going live today. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. E. I wanted to do this with Joel and Trayvon as like a video that I just recorded and put it out. But then I remembered I don't feel like editing anything. So I just decided. Listen to Jim, the actor that played Icarus would make a great Lantern. Richard Madden, sure.
Oh, Richard Madden could be anything, bro. I wanted him to be Batman at one point. That's how much I liked him.
Man could be a Swiss Army knife. Let's be real here. Tom Cruise would make a better Flash. Think about it. No.
No, I thought about it and then I'm passing.
Yeah, there's like 70 different actors I could think of right now that would be a way better Flash, just visually.
Yeah, why is he a better Flash?
I mean, shit, Ryan Reynolds, Chris Pine.
Ryan Reynolds would be a good Valley.
Yeah.
You know what would have been really fucking good? Chris Evans would have been a good Flash.
Yes, 100%. Especially with the nobility he brought to Captain America. You're just like, you'd be a goddamn good Flash, wouldn't you? You would. I know you would.
He really would.
With the fun hot head of the Human Torch.
In there. You gotta let that go, man. You gotta let that go so you can open the door for the new.
That's been over, yeah.
You gotta let that go. All right, so we're gonna end it on this. Ben Affleck apparently said no to Doctor Strange 2. Said maybe to Secret Wars, so there's still a chance. I kind of feel like you're trying too hard. If he said no to Doctor Strange, then I at no point need you to try to revive his Daredevil at any point. Just let it go. Let it go. It would have been cool for Doctor Strange, but if he said no, let it go. We have Daredevil. We I don't need you to try so hard to try to get him to be in something. Like I don't need that shit. I also don't need Secret Wars.
He don't want to do it. He doesn't want to do a big IP, so leave him alone.
That's what I'm saying. So if he said no, would it have been cool if a portal opened and you saw someone just doing this? Like not what blind people do? Yes, that would have been awesome.
No, the only way he'll ever do an MCU movie, it'll probably be the same way Matt Damon does it.
as
or
a
he's
joke.
not an actual fucking character. He's just like
where it's a joke. Yeah, I can see that.
A joke or a character that shows up every once in a blue moon.
Yeah. I mean, shit, we got Brad Pitt in a superhero movie as a favor.
Right.
So yeah, they could do stuff like that. But I mean, again, to me, there's just so many actors out there. You don't have to try. You don't have to be such a slut, Marvel. Don't try so hard. Like if they say no, it's no.
Lukey.
Being a slut is fun.
I do believe Henry Cavill will cross over.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Trayvon. What?
What did he say?
He said being a slut is so much fun.
It was just a joke.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Your eyes are telling me
you're supposed to let that go, Jamar. You're not supposed to pay attention to what I said.
You're supposed to not say it.
You heard it. You heard it.
Not say it. You're supposed to not say it. Don't say it. It is. You just double down on it. Anyway,
you whore.
Yeah, to me, you don't have to try so hard. You just if he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it. Don't approach him for something else. And also, I have to reread Secret Wars as to why that's even an option. An option.
So the Russos come back for, right?
Say it again.
That's what they want the Russos come back for. That's what I keep hearing.
No. That's what the Russos want to come back for. They said if they were to come back, it would only be for Secret Wars. So we could loop in with that, Trayvon, and I'll pass it to you. The rumor was they were looking for Tom Cruise to come back as a variant of Tony Stark. That'd be a deep cut. That'd be a very, very, very deep cut, just like when Joel was explaining the Tobey Maguire back thing. That's a deep cut. Like that line there is for people that remember that. I don't fucking remember that. There are plenty of people.
I remember when fucking what's his name was rumored for Iron Man. Nicolas Cage.
Oh God, no, I
never remember that.
I remember Tom Cruise. I don't remember. I'm glad I don't remember Nicolas Cage.
I remember that too. Ooh, feel bad.
But yeah, there are plenty of people that probably don't remember or just never knew that was a thing. But that was a fucking thing. Tom Cruise was almost your Iron Man. He was that close.
Comes back as one of the Iron Man variant. Cool. Again, that's an old rumor. I'll go back. I'll find it because I have it written down somewhere.
Yeah, especially the type of Iron Man you're trying to pull off, where it's the more eviler version of Iron Man. I said it before. If you're gonna bring back Robert Downey Jr., it shouldn't be to be an evil version of Iron Man. That's just like that's a spit in the face. Just wait to see.
Tom Cruise isn't bad though.
Huh? No. I don't have a problem with Tom Cruise. I'm saying that's perfect. That's perfect to bring him in for that. Because you have no ties to Tom Cruise's Iron Man. So this is just like whatever you want to do, cool. But bringing back Robert Downey Jr. to just be an evil version of himself, that's no.
Yeah. This is 2020. That was the first time we heard rumors that he might be in Doctor Strange too.
Yep. Trayvon, what are your thoughts on the rumor? On the rumor, sorry.
We want to. Oh wait, before you say anything. You know what else was going around during that same time?
What's that?
John Krasinski cameoing as Captain America. And now we're looping back that he's probably actually cameoing, but not as Captain America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was
I'm excited. Okay. All I think about is that cameo you just mentioned. That's gonna make me happy and sad at the same time. But it's fine. It's fine. I get it. I get it. They're just trying to, I just like I tweeted. I said this movie is gonna wind up where we're not gonna be able to hear anything. If it's this many cameos, I will hear nothing. Like this is gonna be too much clapping and cheering and crying. I mean, I don't know. Spider-Man. It happened a few times, but that if they do like little cameos like that of all these different people throughout. That's gonna be crazy. You're gonna have to see it a couple times to hear the whole movie.
That ain't a problem for me. Come on,
I mean, true.
I mean, it was a bitch to find tickets that first week of Spider-Man.
True. This is why I think I got both of mine the same night. I was like, let me just get the next day too. Right now.
Yeah, both of them.
Like I think I'm getting 3. As soon as I can get this Batman, I'm getting 3 different days. So so
I'm ready because I heard this rumors.
I plan to cry the entire first showing of the Batman. So I for damn sure plan to see it more.
Maybe I don't want to watch it with you. I'm not with him.
Did you see those? Did you see the lens thing?
I'm crying. Yes,
Huh?
I cry each thing they keep showing of the Batman.
I want to mute it so bad. I want to.
I don't look at it anymore. I stopped watching. All the clips.
I consume all of it. I want all of it in my veins. Are you serious?
I just want them to give me the ticket sales so I can just mute everything.
I'm telling you right now, Trayvon, if they leaked the movie, I'd watch the whole fucking thing. I'd watch the whole fucking thing. I would do the whole.
It's gonna come out, but like that was. Why would you watch a bootleg? It's
just the clip. The clips are just started. I just hate when the clips start. That means you can't
I usually do too, but I don't think I've ever been this pumped for something ever in my life. So I'll take whatever they give me. Everything. Even watching the funeral scene, I was just like, oh my God.
I heard the rumor. The rumor was that I saw that the tickets will go on sale February 10th. I saw it somewhere, and I don't know.
Really?
And there's a big rumor.
Now.
Thor: Love and Thunder will debut its first trailer February 14th.
I like it.
That makes sense.
For Valentine's Day?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
But it'll probably be, the rumor I was hearing is that it won't be like your typical lengthy trailer. It'll be like
Monday.
It'll be like close to a minute, a minute, but not over a minute. So just like a tease, because I believe the actual trailer will come with Doctor Strange. Like right before Doctor Strange.
Valentine's Day. I hate making plans.
When does Thor come out again? August?
No, July.
What?
Thor comes out in July.
Thor debut trailer in May?
Huh?
Marvel's good about putting the tickets out early too. Like
you're getting your first teaser next month, and that's something big.
Yeah,
you gotta get it.
Look, Trayvon,
Marvel tickets a month.
You can get the trailer before Doctor Strange, and then your second trailer airs with the movie. If that's what you're saying, that the first trailer shouldn't be that late. They could do it that way for sure, where they put out a trailer before it and then with Doctor Strange. But yeah, so this rumor is cool. If it happens, it happens. I don't like the rumor floating around that John Krasinski is a variant of Reed Richards. I think that's just it's
that's gonna hurt me.
I feel like
if you're Kevin Feige, you just hear me again. You just made up for that shitstorm called the Mandarin. We just said, you know what? Shang-Chi was so good. I don't even care anymore. It was good, right? Everyone forgot. No one cares anymore. You do this will never die. No matter how good Fantastic Four is, they'll never accept your Reed Richards. Ever. So to me, stay away from it. If that's what you just filmed in these reshoots, a variant, get rid of it. Throw it in the garbage.
And then Emily Blunt is Invisible Woman. That'd be so funny.
As cameos, that'd be so funny.
Yeah, as cameos.
That would be so absolutely wrong.
I would be so hurt.
Yeah, that's why you can't do that.
I'm like, come on.
How cruel are you to tease people like that?
Yeah, but I don't know if they will. I don't know if they want to do it though. That's the thing. Like maybe they're like, okay, I'll do a cameo. Like I feel like there'll be the people like, oh, I'll do a cameo. I'm not signing on for 7 movies. But I'll do a cameo.
I can tell you right now, John Krasinski has expressed that if they asked him to do even when the dude showed him, the dude asked him in an interview, hey, have you seen how much the comic counterpart of Reed Richards looks just like you? And he was like, no, I haven't seen it. And he showed it to him. He said, wow. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten the call, but if I did, that'd be awesome. Looks just like me. So John Krasinski.
Now I think he's lying.
Well, no, I'm saying John Krasinski would 100% sign on to be Reed Richards. He wants into Marvel. He regrets that he didn't take that Captain America job. I know he says like, I'm glad Chris Evans got.
Yeah, but everybody says that.
Everybody says and they're just like, we said no to this. Like, why? Why? I don't even remember why we said no to this. But to me, no. If you're Feige, just know that if this is a variant and he's not the real Reed Richards, you're dooming whoever you actually do cast, no matter how good of an actor they are.
Yeah, maybe he's just the real Reed Richards. Maybe he's the.
That's the only explanation, Trey.
That'd be great. That would be great.
That's the only explanation. Anything less than that is.
They don't need to be young. They don't need to be young.
No, who said they should be young?
No, I'm just saying. There's been rumors of them being a little younger, kind of.
Oh God, no! I don't need Scooby Doo. I don't need Scooby Doo. I don't need that. That's what they were in that. Shout out to Josh Trank, good friend of GVN. I love you, Josh, but no, you ruined that for me. I don't need that again. Fox ruined that for me. Sorry, Josh. Fox.
Yes, Fox. Yes.
All right. Last question we got here, and then we're getting out of here. Wait. Ben Affleck was a good Daredevil. Then you need Jennifer Garner as Elektra.
No.
That'd be a disaster.
To be honest, I'm surprised Tom Cruise was interested in being in a superhero movie back in the day. I'm not. Bro, people saw this coming. It's like whenever you talk to people that invested in Facebook or Apple, and
I
like,
wish I was one of them.
I saw this coming. A lot of these actors saw this coming. They wanted to jump aboard. Again, Toby, Wesley, those guys made this shit cool. And a lot of these actors have always wanted to be a part of that. So I'm not that shocked. I'm more shocked he fucking wanted to be Iron Man until I heard his stipulations. And I was like, that sounds like Tom Cruise. But all right, last thing here. What's the next Disney show and when? March 30th, Moon Knight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's it. And huge shouts out, man, to the leakers out there. I saw some of the Secret Invasion filming, and guess what?
Yeah.
You know what the fuck I was looking at.
Exactly.
It's Amelia Clark is Amelia Clark.
It was nothing.
Sam Jackson is Sam Jackson.
Nobody looks different.
No one's in green. No one's in green at all. But I will say Amelia Clark has lost weight. I don't know if that is for the role. She does, but she does look increasingly thinner than she usually does. So I'm very curious what goes into that character. Or if she's just happens to be smaller, like if it has nothing to do with the character at all.
Right. Coincidence.
Right. So again, I'm very interested. I will say this though, Nick Fury in those behind the scenes did not have the beard that he sports in the little teaser trailer that they released for the announcement of the show. Oh, yeah. It was a thick gray beard.
He has it in the pictures.
In the video I saw, it didn't look like it. It looked like his regular Nick Fury beard.
No, like it's a gray beard, big gray.
I gotta watch it again.
He just doesn't have a patch. No patch.
I could have sworn it looked different. I'm gonna just watch it again. But I'll take your word for it.
With the stills. You haven't seen any of the stills?
No, I've only seen the videos. The videos. What was I gonna say? But yeah, that's all the rumors we got to break down for you guys. There isn't much else. I think one thing just dropped that we just reported. Hold on. We reported a casting. Give me 1 second. It was an interesting casting. Let me see.
Yeah, I was just looking at
so comicbook.com is saying Kit Harington's Dane Whitman will have a role in Marvel's Blade, which
that's shocking.
No. Like he went and grabbed him. Why would you not explain that?
Now, when we're getting Blade. Let's say that. That's what I want to hear next.
Well, they're going to be filming this year, I believe, towards the end of this year. So it'll probably be late next year.
I'm excited for that.
It's probably one of those dates. It's probably the end of next year because there's an opening now on November 3rd.
Wait, say it again, Trayvon.
Because I know he's passionate about the character. He asked to be Blade, so I was like, I want to have I'm excited for that.
I guarantee you, he has so many ideas. Like he has. I'm telling you, when he sat down at dinner with Kevin, I'm telling you, he probably brought out like a pad and was just like, all right, I want to do this storyline. I want to use this look. I want this sword. Kevin was just like, whoa. You got it. You don't have to sell me. You got it. It's yours. Like it's whatever you want to do. I'm just more curious about the team up of writer and director. Not that familiar with either one of them. So I'm curious to see what their style is for Blade. Because do you go more spooky? Do you go more action? Because Wesley's went action packed. It was never really truly spooky, right? So it's like I'm curious. Where do you go? No, it had moments, sure, more so in Blade 2 than anything else. But you're building a dark universe, and Moon Knight looks spooky as fuck. So do you lean heavily into that? And the biggest thing Blade has to live up to is how do you start your first movie? Because that's a large mountain to climb. How Wesley started his first movie was iconic. That was just like, holy shit.
It's hard to pull off a bloodbath again.
It's really hard to. So I'm curious, how does your movie start? I'm very intrigued in that. But we'll find out a lot once it starts shooting. We'll see more. And I am curious, how long does it take for them to reveal what he looks like? Because remember, they still have him for Thor, and we're only a few months out.
Yeah, we haven't got an official picture of Thor.
No, that was promo art, but I mean like actual Chris Hemsworth in the suit. What does he look like? Even if you don't want to show the final suit like the promo art does, just what he looks like now. Like he's not obviously still big Thor. They haven't released any of that, so very interested. The only thing we've gotten is Tessa leaking Valkyrie. That was it. But all right, that's all we got for you guys. Listener Jim, Mr. E, any rumors on Black Panther, or did I miss it? No, nothing really. They're gonna go back.
Delayed again, right? They're delayed again, right?
No, they're gonna go back to filming soon, I believe. But everything was solved with Letitia.
Yeah, they were on a COVID break for a little bit, but
right. Apparently, whatever was the problem with Letitia is no longer an issue.
No, but she came back and they delayed again because somebody got COVID.
Because someone had COVID.
Right. I'm saying the rumor was that she didn't want to take COVID shot. But Atlanta.
I still don't think she has.
If they said it was resolved, they paid off a lot of people.
I don't care if she has it or not. As long as they're cool. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
she says she's healthy. As long as she's healthy, it don't matter.
As long as she's just filming the fucking movie. That's really it. That's it. You in the movie? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
So yeah, no, there's no Mr. E, there's no big Black Panther news outside of what we just said of who could be playing Namor. That's really it. But that's not news. That's just still a rumor. That's still a rumor. But all right, Mr. E, listener Jim, as always, James, you were awesome. Please come back. Zach, you were also awesome. Please come back. You guys are great. We appreciate you guys. Please make sure you're liking, commenting, and sharing. Share this live. Generate conversations with your friends. Watch this, soak up all the knowledge, and then seem really cool to you guys as friends. Like, hey, did you know this? Did you know Tom Cruise back then? You didn't know none of that. I knew it. Yeah, use it. Steal it. That's what I do every time I talk to Joel. I go to other podcasts and I go, look at all this knowledge I have, you dumb fuckers. And they're like, oh, you know a lot. I'm like, yeah, I do. Not really. I just talked to Joel. But yeah, it's awesome. It's a great feeling, when you know more than other people. So soak in everything we're telling you and go show off to your friends. And the last thank you I want to give, besides to Joel, is the fact that Trayvon has diligently been watching Star Wars The Clone Wars.
I saw that.
I will never be prouder of a child than I am. Daddy, I got an A. That will never be better than Trayvon watching. But I am very glad that you have
and enjoying it apparently.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, look, I'm telling you,
all that shit talk.
One thing I will tell you, Trayvon, is you will be crying very soon and very often going forward in Clone Wars. It gets very emotional. I hated Dave Filoni. I'm like, bitch, why would you make me cry for a cartoon? Why would you do that? It's why I hate Young Justice. Greg Wiseman, stop making me cry. What is wrong with you? Why can't I just enjoy it?
Touch the heart.
Yeah, man. Selfish pricks. I don't want to be your
Justice.
Once you get to the end of Clone Wars, there's a point where it's like, it's kind of hard. You can't watch it. You could watch it at the same time, but like it takes place at the same time as the movies. So you'll see when you get there.
I will tell you this. Dave Filoni does a great job making you forget that the live action Clone Wars exist. Really good job. He fills in all the blanks. The blanks.
I call Clone Wars all the time, and like forget Attack of the Clones is the thing.
Yep.
I still should watch that though, right?
Have you not seen it before?
I'm trying to do it in the
I told you don't do that.
Like they said, watch all the season of Clone Wars, then watch that, and then watch.
Don't do that. Have you seen Attack of the Clones before?
No.
You've never seen Attack of the Clones?
I didn't watch it on purpose because I watched the first two, then I stopped to watch Clone Wars, and then I just did it on purpose because that was the order I saw.
Wait. I don't know if we're saying
right.
Attack of the Clones is the movie. You're talking about the movie.
That's
not the animated movie. The movie.
The live action movie.
Yes, hold on. Hold on.
Oh Lord, Trayvon, goodness gracious.
Look, man, look.
I specifically told you don't watch it that way. Don't watch it the way that people are saying. It's only more confusing because you have to line up exactly to where everything. He's saying, Joel, people are saying, watch Clone Wars. You start with Phantom Menace, then you watch some of the seasons of Clone Wars. Watch Attack of the Clones.
Oh no. Okay, no, take that back. No. I watched Phantom Menace and I did watch Attack of the Clones, but I was told that you don't watch Revenge of the Sith until 2 episodes after in episodes season 7 or something like that.
No.
So don't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Watch Revenge of the Sith because all Clone Wars does is show you a lot of what you already saw and then fills in the blanks of what else was going on.
Have you never seen Revenge of the Sith?
No.
Oh wow.
Just watch you can watch Revenge of the Sith anytime. Do not wait till you get to the end of Clone Wars. Watch it. Just watch it.
Okay. No. Let him finish Clone Wars then. If he's gonna watch it like this, let him finish Clone Wars and then let him watch Revenge of the Sith. Because Revenge of the Sith and the end of Clone Wars are at the same time.
I know, but what I'm saying is, to me, there's nothing about Clone Wars that fills in anything. It's just everything that was happening outside of just Anakin and Obi-Wan. So it's not something big like, oh, I have to watch them in succession to each other is what I'm saying.
You don't have to, but like if
I want to see how Jada Anakin gets through Clone Wars. That's what I want. I know who he becomes, but I just want to see how Jada he gets.
But that's why I said it's better to watch Revenge of the Sith now because again, this isn't a spoiler. The last season of Clone Wars doesn't give you that. Only the movie did. You see what I'm saying? So only
that's what I said. That's why I'm gonna watch. That's what I'm saying. I watched up to season 7, episode 2, and then they say you watch Revenge of the Sith movie, and then you finish the rest of the season.
Okay,
that's what I read.
That's not wrong, but at the same time, you technically can watch them coherently. But
that's all. That's a
lot of work.
That's all I'm saying. But I will say this: you guys out there that keep doing these how to watch, you guys have to stop because most of these how to watch things you're structuring, one doesn't necessarily have anything that much to do with the other. Like Trayvon could watch Revenge of the Sith tomorrow and still get all the way through Clone Wars. It'd make all the sense in the world. Because again, that's how these movies were consumed first.
Now the little it was like a throwaway line. I think it was in season 2 or 1. I can't remember. They said we're the Bad Batch. Was that on purpose? Like, was that to be for the show coming later? I was like, was that like? I think he said one of the clones said, "Well, we're the Bad Batch," something like that. I was like, was that on purpose?
Oh, that was more so tongue in cheek. He was referring to they are because it's like what the Bad Batch were. We were the I'm
saying it's not the same people. It's not the same ones that said that. And I just thought I was like, would that be cool?
That line is obviously
it's a throwaway line, right?
Okay.
But no, it's not the same. It's not the same at all.
It's funny because that last scene in Clone Wars is like where you kind of get set up for other things.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Right. Okay. They do a really good job of setting up a lot for you so you can understand it. But like I said, you get a chance to watch Revenge of the Sith this weekend or whatever, just watch it, Trayvon. Trust me. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Just watch it. Don't wait.
I might be through season 7 by then, so we'll see.
God damn. Don't want to.
I can watch a good couple.
I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of emotion you're about to dive into. I wouldn't consume that all at once if I were you.
A lot of shit.
It's a lot. So
God, about 2-3 hours every night of this.
No. The time I'm not judging you by. I'm saying the show is so emotionally packed. It'll be a lot to consume that quickly. So
I did pause it after 99. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't know. Like, hold on,
that's not even top 5 craziest things that you're about to get into.
I knew he was gonna die though. I knew it was coming. I said, God, here it comes. There it is. Okay.
If only you knew the amount of people you're about to see die. You're about to see a whole bunch of people die. But all right, thank you guys as always for tuning in. Please, Attack of the Clones, the first movie I ever saw in theaters that put me to sleep. Wow. I just don't remember that movie being that bad.
It's my least favorite movie, but of all the Star Wars movies. But that's because of the CGI it wasn't ready for what they were trying to do in that movie. But yeah,
I enjoyed that movie more than Phantom Menace. So
I enjoy Phantom. It's just like I get that Duel of Fates is just. I really love that.
That's how I felt about seeing Django and Boba Fett. It was just like, oh, this is fucking epic. This is awesome.
Django just got that head cut off.
No, Django had the huge scene in Camino against Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it wasn't a great fight though.
What?
Yeah,
That was an awesome fight between the two of them.
really.
Was Boba helping? That was fucking awesome. I just hate that Boba doesn't remember that in the book of Boba. Like, why isn't that one of your flashbacks? Your dad was a badass. Fought a
He tried to
Jedi.
forget it. He was like, I don't want to see that fight again.
Hey, fought a Jedi. Fought one of the greatest Jedi ever.
Water
But yeah.
advantage.
What'd you say?
I said water advantage. It was really, really wet that day.
I guess that's the excuse Obi-Wan could use. But all right, thank you guys, and until next time, peace.